Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sean and Lacey live from Bend, Oregon. Ooh, that's hard to watch. Hey, last week we had all kinds of technical difficulty. I'm not going to watch that screen.
Don't watch
We had all
the
kinds
screen.
of technical difficulty because of our hotel internet. Well, guess what? We're back in another hotel in Bend, Oregon, the Oxford Hotel.
I love this hotel.
Nice place, by the way. It's
Yeah.
beautiful out here in Bend. It's a little bit cold for my blood, but people from Bend think it's warm. They're like, this is Hawaii.
It's not freezing. Let's just say that.
It's a little bit cold.
Well, we're
for my
here,
blood.
and then we spend the whole day with the Torchios, our clients.
Andrew and Ashley Torchio at Pangea, absolutely
and then Friday,
crushing it in Bend. Bend's chiropractors.
Yep. And then Friday, we are off to LA, to SoFi Stadium.
Tomorrow we're off to LA. Friday we'll wake up in LA. Head to SoFi Stadium.
I don't even know what day it is anymore.
And we're going to record podcast interviews all day long with the star-studded crew coming in. And then we'll head out Friday night.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see Chris and Jeannie. I don't know if they're on with us.
I saw Chris. He's on.
Okay, sweet. Hey, what are we giving away? $400 tonight.
Yeah, are we at $400?
$400.
Is it $400?
Yeah, $400 tonight. So I want to shout out all 7 of you. You all have a shot to win.
I thought we said we weren't doing that anymore. There's 21 people on.
Oh, there is.
We are going to proclaim this is going to be a
just
big,
on lag.
big
on
show.
Lag.
It says 21.
I know. I didn't say that 2 seconds ago.
All right.
21 of you. If you are in Black Diamond Club or you are in Book Yourself Solid group coaching, either one, boom.
Lee said we're giving away 800, right? Nice try, but yes, we're giving away $400. Yeah, Natalie says it's 57 in Bend. Yeah, 57 is cold for us because we are used to 80 degree weather for sure in Florida. But all right, and who do you think's with us tonight? Who is running the show?
Well, tough night.
I want to see what people think.
I can tell you who it's not. Luke Mendel.
Why? How is it? How do we know that?
Pacers Knicks.
Oh.
Pacers Knicks. You know he's a big Pacers fan. There's he would have traded off. You know he would have traded to be. He'd have put some other person. Probably. I mean, it's our team, so it's got to be a Pacers fan. So it's like a test of who's the least Pacers fan. Guess who you think is the least Pacers fan of our group?
Oh, that's really
probably who got finagled
Cindy,
into this.
I love that. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day for all the amazing women out there. Sunday's Mother's Day. Our daughter just
Happy Mother's Day.
Our daughter just texted me, said, "What do you want for Mother's Day?"
Now they're old.
Yeah,
it gets to where you just
it's supposed to be a surprise.
When you're young and the kids are young, they like color you something that says Happy Mother's Day. When you get old, you ask.
I want to know what's the best Mother's Day gift you ever gave or received. Let me know in the chat because
you want ideas?
I need ideas. I have the opportunity to say whatever it is that I desire. So this is really great. I love it. All right. So everybody, actually, people are guessing right. Show yourself least Pacers fan of the group.
Oh, what is that?
Is that Q-tip?
I think it is. We got so many that look the same. I don't know. But you always talk about the farm. I figured we bring a chicken on. We haven't had a chicken on the show yet.
You guys, that is a legit chicken. And
real chicken.
Look how cute it is.
Real chicken.
Yeah, it's a real chicken.
KFC.
It's a real chicken. It looks like an animal. That is a real chicken.
Sean's face is worth bringing the chicken on. See, it's real. When Sean talks about the farm, we're not joking. We don't make these things up. These are real things.
Has a farm.
So you don't know
of animals.
That one doesn't have a name.
It could be Q-tip. It could be one of like 8 that look like this. So these are funny looking chickens, but I figured I'd bring one on.
Patty said nickname Nugget. I love those. Those are the best looking chickens. And I got to tell you, I about died the other day because Pat was eating the biggest bowl of chicken I've ever seen in my life. It was in my huge ramen bowl. And he had cooked this chicken and he's ripping it off. And then now here he is with his beautiful, fluffy, gorgeous chicken. I don't even know. I don't get it.
That's why they call him Patty Nugs.
Patty Nugs. Patty Nugs. Could be Chicky Minaj. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Jen. She'll know.
Oh my God. Well, they love that it's clucking. And James Taylor said, whatever the chicken's name is, it's probably a fake name.
Correct.
So-
You know what? We're going to name. We got a bunch of chickens that are going to hatch, and we're going to name them all James Taylor.
There you go. There you go.
Little known fact, just for all of the viewers, Pat has never drawn a winner from the Canasta.
No pay Patty, and I've ordered a shirt. It's on the way. I'm going to wear it every Wednesday I do this from now on.
Pat has never drawn a winner from the Canasta ever.
So we're not paying anybody.
Never. So we're drawing four names tonight. We're giving away $400.
Maybe we're breaking the streak because we're bringing the farm animals out. Maybe
trying to bring a good luck chicken on here. We're doing what we can. So
good luck cluck. It's a little good luck cluck.
Little good luck cluck. I like that.
What are we talking about tonight?
We got all kinds of good. We got announcements.
Yeah.
We got a couple announcements still. Tonight, sponsor Riot. Everybody loves Riot.
Everybody loves Riot Energy, USDA organic energy drink. Riot, go get you some Riot Energy if you're feeling a little sluggish, a little sleepy. Get you some Riot. Boom, you'll be right back in the game. What else we got?
What else we got? We got our Crew 52 for the week. Got to make our announcement. Christina Somerville.
Christina Somerville, physical therapist. She is this week's Crew 52. Get your phones out, everybody. Scan that QR code. Listen, I know that you may know somebody that needs some physical therapy that Christina will be able to help. Boom, hit her up. Hey, do we have a physical therapist in the house? There you go.
We
Christina
do.
Somerville. She is this week's Crew 52 beneficiary. We're going all out to see how we can promote Christina and bring her message to even more people, just like we're doing right here on YouTube. We would love it if you would you never know, just post on there, hey man, I don't know if you need a physical therapist, but if you do, check out Christina Somerville. She can help you get back to your long walks, runs, and adventures. Yes, specializes in overcoming foot pain.
I love it.
Okay.
I love that people are very excited too about this whole chicken saga.
Of course.
Now people are saying, wish me cluck. This is really good. People, people are changing their names. People are saying, what the cluck? We have a Trevor fake name Gibson on with us. Nice. Trevor fake name. I love it. There's a lot happening in the chat today, and I'm really excited. And again, just want to say thank you for last week. We know that things were a little bit crazy. That is why we're actually repeating the topic that we were going to talk about last week. We talked to you about it today, but you guys were awesome last week. You were cracking jokes. You were connecting with each other. I mean, that's really what it's all about. But I love that the chat's hot right now too.
Do we have any more announcements?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let's not forget we're only about two months, maybe 9 weeks away from Abundance and Overflow in Nashville.
Ooh.
I mean, it's coming up hot and fast.
19th and 20. Go to www.blackdiamondclub.com. Blackdiamondclub.com. I was just talking today. Actually, I almost spoke to all of the speakers. I spoke to Claudio, spoke to Tyler McBroom, Claudio Gambit, Tyler McBroom. Don't sleep on them. They're the ones that everybody's going to be talking about afterwards, because Tyler, CPA, speaks on Tony Robbins stage, going to be teaching us how to keep more of the money that we make, and who doesn't want that? And then Claudio is going to be teaching us, once you've kept it, what to do with it. Super innovative strategies. These guys are down to earth dudes too. You don't want to miss them. And of course, we're going to have Mark Murphy. I mean, you guys all know Mark if you've been around Black Diamond Club. Mark and Lucas, hardcore financial advisors, super understand how to make the smart money moves with your money. And then, of course, Lacey and I are going to be talking about mindset. We're going to make sure that you are of the right mindset. For all of you VIPers, July 18th, Thursday, VIP session. You must be a VIP client on July 18th. VIPers, we're going to have David Meltzer. And on July 17th, don't forget the Shank Dilly Cup. The Troubadour. Is that where we're playing? Where are we playing?
No, the Hermitage. Sorry. HERMITAGE.
Hermitage. Okay. Hermitage.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We're going out there and we're gonna crush it playing some golf. We're gonna have lots of great special guests jumping out there. Some of them playing, some of them just wanted to drive the beverage cart. That's okay. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
Money and access.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna talk about.
I think we should draw 2 names.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think we should too. This is kind of random, like early in the
Do that.
day.
We can do that.
Names. I'm just going to change it up a little bit.
Yep.
Let's do
I'm
it.
down for that.
Get it ready.
I'm down for that.
Right off.
I mean, money and access. So
there
let's
we go.
see.
I can do
First
that.
name up. Watch for your name. Here, you guys know how it works. Test the chat. We're gonna spin the canasta. You'll see your name. When it lands on your name, you have won. You have won $400. But you have to be present to claim it. You have exactly 30 seconds to do so. Give her a spin, Patty.
Dang.
Oh, I saw Arthur. I saw LaShawn. I saw
Oh,
Sharon.
word. Oh, my word. Have we broke the curse?
Sing on here. I have to see because
have we broke the curse?
Well, the clock's not running there.
Clock's not running, but Jeopardy's running. Surely he was on here.
There he is. He's there.
He's here.
Winner.
The chicken.
Winner.
We just needed some chicken.
Winner,
My
winner,
goodness, great.
And not only that, not only did you pick the winner, you picked the first.
Oh,
I love it. And
I can't believe it.
I know, and that's what's great because now everybody's going to come rolling in, and
There's
they're going to have to listen to the
on.
content.
Yeah,
and they won't know that we already picked a winner. Don't say anything in the chat, y'all. Just let all these people come in. They'll all be all excited for the drawing.
Just keep talking about the chicken.
Brandon has confirmed that's his real name, but let's talk about money and access.
Are there going to be more animals coming, or is that it, chicken?
You just have to stick around and see. I mean, I've got so many options that, you got to watch the show, take the content in, and maybe when Patty comes back on the screen, we'll have a new animal. You never know.
I love it.
All right. Yes.
Money and access.
Well, we're talking money and access now. And, we talk a lot about this. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. First and foremost, let's just acknowledge, let's recognize that, look, times are a little bit difficult, right? Economically, this is an interesting time. By the way, shout out to Tulsi Gabbard. I hope that you guys will all give the None of Your Business podcast a listen this week. Tulsi Gabbard joins us. Amazing interview. You all are going to love it. I got to tell you, sometimes people get a little judgy with us about politics. I got to tell you, I'm very open about this.
Yeah.
You might have politics. I think you have politics. I honestly don't care. My whole thing is, I just want to make sure that first and foremost, that Lacey and I adapt to whoever wins, whoever's in power. And then secondly, I want to make sure that you adapt, that you are equipped for whoever wins. Now, having said that, I hope Tulsi is the vice president and I hope she wins, but for no other reason other than we know Tulsi.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, she's great. She used to be a Democrat. Now I don't know if she's a Republican either. I say that. I talk about that in the interview. You got to check it out. The None of Your Business podcast. And while we're at it, hey, all of you that are still watching now, run over to Apple Podcasts and drop us a review. Just drop us a shout out, leave us a 5-star review, and then say something really cool and nice because we're tricking everybody that is showing up late. So rather than write in the chat, go over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. But make sure that you bookmark. You want to make sure that you listen to that Tulsi Gabbard interview. It's
also
really
on
compelling.
this YouTube channel. If they want
it's
to
right
watch
here
it
on
here
this
as
YouTube
well.
channel as well.
Yep.
So things are difficult in the world. And I'm seeing a lot of people talk about how high ticket offers are dead. And that's very interesting to me. Like, oh man, high ticket offers are dead. I had said beforehand,
it's interesting because I haven't seen that yet.
High ticket offers are the way, right?
Yep.
But what's difficult is high ticket offers are difficult.
Yes.
High ticket offers are the way, but high ticket offers are difficult. So let's not confuse difficult with dead. I think a lot of people were like, well, I'm just going to run out there with my high ticket offer. They encounter resistance. Why? Because the economics of the world is difficult.
Yes.
They encounter a little resistance and then they just give up. But I got to tell you, look, I spend, a portion of my day to day being ticket broker, scalper guy.
Yeah.
Listen, when tickets came out, face value for UFC 303, $1,500 to get in the room. to get in the building.
Then they were at 3,000. Now a lot of them that we were looking at are
5,000, 20,000 to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't let people trick you. I mean, people are paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to just, for one ticket to go in and watch an event. So of course, you guys offer something, and I'm not knocking Michael or Connor, and well, maybe I'm knocking Connor, but you guys offer something that's life-changing. It's not just entertainment. It's, you provide health, you provide, keys and instruction to creating relationships, to creating abundance, to creating freedom.
You provide client flow for other individuals. Value. Yeah,
so of course people will pay for that. Of course people will pay for that. But you know what we oftentimes confuse, and some people just, you got to understand too, and I think even to be totally honest, sometimes I think you struggle with this, is that not everybody's going to be on board.
Right.
Right? Like, and it's okay. It's okay. We're hosting a dinner coming up in New York City. Coming up on Monday. We'll be at Catch New York City. If you'd like to go, hit us up. I sent out an email today, so you should be getting my email. So I sent out an email wanting to know if anybody was interested in joining us. There's another one a week from Friday in Miami. Super cool people coming to that, right? It's paired up with Aspire. But even the people that I'm rolling with, like, I'm super excited to see them at this dinner. Probably New York have about 50 to 60 people.
That'll be great.
Miami will have 100 people. Somebody wrote in response to the email, like, is this one of those things where, like, I pay money to be around all these, like, influential people? And the answer is yes, because tonight, we're talking about money and access. Now, you can stay at home for free and be around your spouse. I have a super cool spouse, but that doesn't provide me any greater level of business development opportunity. Now, you could also go out and network. And I know how much we all just love networking. Or we could find ourselves in situations where, you might have to pay an entry. And listen, this always cracks me up. Catch New York City, they're not handing out food. Somebody was like, why would Sean have me pay? I didn't even know the person. Why would Sean have me pay? He should just let me come for free. We're Facebook friends.
And eat. And eat for
at Catch
free.
New York City.
And network
I don't even know you. So here's what the deal is. People will pay for access. People will pay you, not me. I'm talking about you. And so you have clients that you think pay you for the thing. We always talk about it, for the thing that you do. But what you really don't understand is that what they're really paying you for is access.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting because on the other side of the lens, if you think about it, like, the more that you can be accessible, but close off access, and then once you open it, be as accessible as possible. I think that's the key, right? Is like, you have these different layers of access, and people will pay to get more access to you. But once they get to the top layer, you have to be extremely accessible. I think about Tulsi Gabbard, and like, she is very accessible to the right people. Right? Sure. To the people that would pay a lot of money, very, very accessible, and shows up and follows up and is extremely responsive. So yes, people will pay you for more access, but on your side of things, you have to commit to being able to provide that accessibility on a whole nother scale.
Well, I think this is super important, especially for this particular audience and those of you that do actually capture this message today. And I hope this is your aha moment, is that when you started out in your business, you had to be accessible. I think accessibility is key, right? We pay our employees to be accessible, right? So accessibility is key. So you realize that the world paid you to be accessible, and you were starting your business, and whatever you did, maybe you were a physical therapist like Christina Somerville, and you were like, well, I need to be accessible. That's why, I open up at 8 and I take a very short lunch and I stay late because I want to be accessible. I come in on Saturdays. Then later on, I made it every other Saturdays because I began to limit my access. But what you did is you became so accessible that you actually limited the value that you were able to provide. And you didn't realize that accessibility doesn't always just mean like sitting in your office from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right. Accessibility could be, I'm accessible online. Listen, I always tell people, like, listen, shoot me a DM. DM, I'm going to respond to you, but I'm not going to get on there and solve an 8-figure business problem
and write you an entire dissertation on how you can solve that problem and give up all the information, right?
But then there's personal, in-person access. Well,
Yeah.
come to Abundance and Overflow. And you walk right up to us and ask me a question. I'm not going to walk away from you. I'm not going to say you don't pay me in spite of what everybody says. You can ask us questions because you have access there, and that's in-person access. But then we have, like today, we are in Bend, Oregon. We don't live anywhere near Bend, Oregon, but we're visiting some executive partner clients. And we're about to, when we wrap this up, we're going to go have dinner with them. Then we're going to spend all day tomorrow with them.
One-on-one, intimate level access.
It's another level of access. And it's all doing...
This is a level of access.
This is a level of access.
I mean, this is a level of access where we're engaging with you in the chat and we see you, but it's a different type of access.
So I think for most people, what it is you've become overly accessible and you have a hard time reeling that back. I want to encourage everybody then to think about the levels of access, and not only that, the mediums of access, because you can have access through online access, through social channels. You can have access through the phone. A lot of you are weird about this. Like, you're super accessible to people, but you will not ever get on the phone with somebody, right? That's very typical. You might say, I should probably be more available or more accessible by phone than I am in person, because by doing so, that will elevate the value of the in-person access.
And you have to be able to articulate the value of the in-person access, or even the online access. Branda Brown is saying online accessibility is huge. Yeah, and this is a very delicate balance, I feel like, because you also have to understand what social media has done is made people think that everybody should be accessible, right? Everybody should connect back with me. Everybody should respond to my message. I send you a DM. I may have just become Facebook friends with you, and I expect that you are accessible and you respond to me. That's what social media has done. So you have to be able to articulate very well the different layers and levels of access and what those engagements look like and what people will get out of that access, right? It's not just like you have more access to me. It's once you have that kind of access, here's what you'll receive. And I think a lot of people have difficulty actually saying that, right? Actually saying, once you have that level of access, here's how the solutions differ. Here's how the problem solvings differ, right? Here's how I get to know your business better, etc.
Yes.
I think that that's really important. So I think for everybody, you have to decide, where am I accessible? Like, where are my accessibility points? Yes. And what's the level of engagement I'm willing to provide in those accessibility points? Which of those accessibility points do I want to charge for? How am I going to charge for them? And how can I articulate the value of that type of access to meet the price point?
Well, that was spot on.
Thanks.
What are people saying in the chat?
I wish I could, but I can't.
You wish they could what?
Terry McCoskey is saying that.
That he wishes he could create the levels of access?
I know, Terry, tell us what you mean by that. But I wonder if it's your line of, I would if I could.
Oh, I would if I could? Well, you could if you would. I love that. I mean, same thing.
Yeah.
Was this another one of those dinners where you pay? Well, you would if you could.
Yeah.
You'd know all these people if you showed up. And we said that's really what the email said too, get in the right rooms. But that's another level of access, right? Like, I get that a lot too. Like, oh my gosh, like, you hang out with all of these people. Like, then that was another knock. Like, oh, you got to have like a famous name. No, you don't have to have a famous name. We hang out with a lot of non-famous people. We're not famous, so they hang out with us. But it wouldn't make a lot of sense from an anecdotal and academic standpoint to tell you that we had dinner with Griffin Klein, and you'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, he's going to be famous. A lot of people are going to know that name. But right now, if you don't know that name, you're like, well, I mean, so big deal. Was that like your neighbor? So that's what we're talking about, is you can also too break through levels of access that other people have with relationship capital, right? That's been a thing that I've been teaching on a lot too. Maybe we can make that next week's topic, how to create a relationship plan. Yeah,
I love that. Terry's saying, just to clarify, it's how to say no or not now. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could, but I can't. I can't right now.
I wish I could, but
I want to say also, like, when I think about the dinner, it reminds me of it was a training that Alex Hormozy did a while back, and he was talking about his levels of like success and what he did to achieve those levels of success.
Yeah.
And his very last level, he said, for a long time, I had to work to make money, and then I started investing in things. And then what I realized is, my businesses were making money, the investments were making money. And then the next thing that I had to do after I invested in me was invest in relationships. And he said, you literally need to figure out how to pay to be in the room. Mm-hmm. He talked about that. There's a bunch of stuff on his trainings out there, how to pay to be in the room with the right people. Because if you can level up into a room of people that have done more things than you, think bigger than you, maybe have net worth higher than you, have different perspectives than you, that's how you grow and level up. And so a lot of people don't have the opportunity to pay in the room, to be in the room. These VIP dinners are essentially an opportunity at a more cost-effective rate to pay to be in the room. Imagine that those other individuals in the room, you found 5 new people that you wanted to connect with to level up the people that you surround yourself with. So, I mean, it's just those kinds of things are really powerful.
I mean, you got Tim in Miami. You've got Tim Story. You know how much money you'd have to pay to just be with Tim Story? You've got Dan Fleischman. You know how much money you'd have to pay to be with Dan Fleischman? They'll be there. Of course, David Meltzer, Kim Perrell. You might have seen Kim Perrell on Entrepreneur Elevator. Elevator Pitch, that show is amazing.
It always shows up for us on TV.
Yeah, on Cheddar. Yeah. She'll be there. You know how much you have to pay Kim just to be like, I just want to hang with you for like just an hour and just be able to sit by you and ask you questions. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely true. And then I think like New York, you've got Claude Silver, who works with Gary Vaynerchuk. You've got Tuckman, the Einstein of Wall Street, Clinton Sparks. You know how much you'd have to pay to, and then and the secret is everybody else whose name you don't recognize, because this New York group is, I mean, they're what you said. There's some big earners in there, but again, access. And so one of the things is you can break down barriers of access with relationship capital, or you can sometimes break down barriers of access just with by paying.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. So that is, in a nutshell, the relationship between money and access.
Well, we already had our $400 winner, guys. So if you're joining us late and you're like, I'm going to win, congratulations to Brandon Brown. He won $400 tonight. You know what that means? It resets the pot back to $300 next week. Where will we be? We'll be apart next week. We'll have I will be in Naples. You will be somewhere else.
I'll be in Indiana.
We will still have Sean and Lacey live, and we'll give away $300. I hope that the team will let us talk about how to develop a relationship plan. We'd love to talk about that. It's going to be a fantastic week. Make sure you will follow along our journey on social media as well.
Yeah, and James Taylor was saying that the part where you said I was spot on broke up a little bit. So I hope that when you go back review it, it worked, but because I can't remember fully what I said. I think we were talking about access.
You're talking about you have to create your levels of access.
Decide your access
how you
points.
Want access points, levels of access, and then how you monetize those levels of access. Yeah. It might be retreats. It might be one-on-one is worth more. It might be group. Might all of
as
those
the accessibility increases, you also have to be able to articulate the value which comes with that level of accessibility, because people have difficulty articulating that. So you need to be able to tell them, when you get this level of access, this is how my solutions for your problems will differ. This is the way that I get to know your business a little bit better, or whatever it may be. So go back and listen to that point, because I think that's really, really important for you all to sit down and actually brainstorm. What are your points of access? How are you willing to engage with them? What are your boundaries around those points of access? And like Terry McCoskey said, learning how to say no if somebody's trying to push beyond those boundaries and those levels of access, or learning how to say, if you really want more access, let me tell you about what I have to offer.
I love it. Anything else to add?
That's it.
Pat, you got any animals to show us?
Give me 30 seconds.
I heard the dog
coming. Yeah, that's just, we got plenty of those. I mean, I could show a dog, but that, everybody's got dogs. He's coming. I got
Do you have 6 dogs now?
7 dogs. But
7 dogs.
But 2 live outside that protect the farm. So, they're, and one's a Pomeranian. So it's like, Dexter's size. So it's more like a cat.
Yeah.
In between.
Yes, Dexter is pretty much a cat.
But yeah,
do you have any cats?
We've got 1 cat inside, and we've got now probably 14 cats outside.
14 cats.
Well,
they don't eat the chickens?
They just had babies. We got like 150 chickens probably. We got about 25 ducks. Oh yeah, it's a full
I
blown party.
can't handle one 6-pound
Dexter.
dog. Like, I don't even know who thinks he's a cat. I can barely handle that. So, you guys, you got to give it to Pat. Pat wakes up every morning, works his butt off, and gets that farm rolling.
I got to give my
Somebody
credit to the
said,
wife though. She does a lot. She does a lot now.
she
So.
does. She's the animal lover for sure, and I love that about her because she really does pour into those animals. And somebody said Old McPatty had a farm.
It's a real thing.
Patrick had a
Sean
farm.
always talks about it.
We should have set up your camera
Somebody
so
wants
that we
to see
could
a duck.
so we could see the actual farm.
Yeah.
Well, you
Or
know,
maybe
Do you
a
have
duck
any
is
hogs?
the problem with being in the country is that it's very hard to get any good internet. So we have like one of those Verizon boxes in the house. But if I went, you know, yeah, I know. It is. It's the same thing, kind of like Elon Musk, but in the barn is a little rough. I'll try and do a walk next time. I will, if people like this, we'll build on it and we'll continue to do more.
People love it.
Well, then we'll have
love it.
more of it. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
It's Tom Brady.
Goat. Tom Brady.
Baby Tom Brady.
It's the goat.
Oh, it's
Tom
the goat.
Brady,
Tom
the
Brady.
Baby goat. The baby
I love
goat.
it. You
Well,
know
the
what?
animals brought good luck. We had a winner. No Pay Patty hasn't, I mean, I haven't paid anybody, I think, ever. So, you know,
No, I love it.
we'll have
That
to bring the
goat is-
animals. He's little. He's only, I don't know, a couple months old, maybe. So,
How big will he get?
Yeah, how big will he get?
this is a pygmy goat, so it doesn't get too big. Probably weighs like 40 pounds or so. They get
He
short.
weighs
They're
40
short.
pounds?
They're like short and fat, like me. So, like, they'll just kind of be, you know, like Danny DeVito. That's a good.
Oh, Danny DeVito in
Danny
Twins.
DeVito.
Can they stay inside? Can they be taught to stay inside? Can somebody have a goat as a pet?
You could, but I have to have limits. Only the dogs and one cat get to be inside. They bring chickens in every once in a while, but, you know, the goats, he's a little camera shy. He's, you know, he's new, but
Wiggle worm.
Does your wife want to have the goat inside?
if I died tomorrow, they'd probably all, you know, she'd take the life insurance money and probably just move them all inside, just add an addition, and they can all live in here with her.
Is he licking you or kissing you?
He's trying to nurse me, I'm pretty sure. So, you know,
Oh,
these things happen. These are all things that I learn and go through and try and figure out, and you know, it's all new to me, so I'm still figuring it out. But
well, on that note, that is fun. You go take the goat, you take good Tom Brady, and you let him nurse something that's nurseable.
yes, that sounds good. I'm not very nurseable. I am not a good nursing tool. Not at all.
No. Well, congratulations, Brandon Brown, on winning tonight. So excited. I know you've been showing up, and we're excited for you. So
We'll be back next week. Sean and Lacey Live. Tell your
relationship
friends.
plan.
See ya.
All right, everybody.
See ya.